The far left don't mention. We fought, millions of our men, the great men of Britain, died so that they could be free. We died so the Nazi regime would end and would fall. And we're opposed to the Nazi regime, just like we're opposed to the invasion that is happening here in the UK right now. And this is an invasion. You've got primarily Muslim men who don't follow the traditional values of the West, who come here with the intent to subvert and destroy our culture and to replace the Christian culture in the West with a violent Islamic one. We are concerned parents who are against that. We're against the transgender ideologies as well, which again are subverting the Christian ideals and values in the West.
In 1945, that great man that we've just mentioned talked about another menace. Winston Churchill defeated the Nazi menace in the 1940s. In 1945, he talked about another menace. He said there will be an Iron Curtain descending on Europe. That Iron Curtain was brought about by Joseph Stalin, the most vicious and ruthless dictator that ever lived. Joseph Stalin was responsible for the murder of 100 million people. Churchill, the West, the British, the Americans stood against communism for 50 years. And in 1989, that Berlin Wall came down. Why did it come down? Because of the British and the Americans standing against the menace of communism. Again, it was our fathers and our forefathers that stood in the British Army on the Rhine against the menace of communism for 50 years. And we defeated communism. Communism was defeated by Western values and by Western civilization. Western values and Western civilization are the best values and the best civilization in history. Islam is not a civilization. Communism is not a civilization. Only Western Judeo-Christianity is a civilization that is worth looking up to and worth being involved in. Turn away from everything else and become a citizen of Western civilization. Don't listen to the liars. Don't listen to the people that talk Western civilization down. It's what's given everybody here the freedom to do what I'm doing. We believe in freedom. We love freedom, and we will fight for freedom until the last drop of our blood.
Why do people, if Islam is so great, why do they run from the heavy Sharia regimes in those countries? Why do they then decide, instead of flying to Qatar, to Egypt, etc., why do they decide to fly to the Western countries in Europe? It is because in the Western countries we hold freedom and democracy as our highest and most utmost respected values. That is why you have got mass immigration coming directly from those countries. They are escaping those violent Sharia regimes where you are not allowed to be who you want. You're not allowed to say what you want. And they fly to Great Britain, to the countries in the West where you are, where you're allowed to be free.
The United Kingdom, and we're going to close on this, the United Kingdom is the country that everybody wants to come to because it is free. You can be who you want, you can do what you want, and Speaker's Corner today proves that you can stay what you want. However, this is where the rubber hits the road. If you come to our country, respect our laws, respect our culture, respect our freedoms. I was talking to someone today who lived in an Islamic country for a period of time. That person respected that country and that culture. If you are a Muslim and you come to this country, respect our laws, live by our laws, follow our laws, and you are welcome. If you break our laws, You disrespect our laws. You disrespect our country. Leave! 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 Follow concernedparentsuk.org.uk.
I agree with you. Muhammad is a pedophile.
Afternoon, everybody. We're live at Speaker's Corner, London, on behalf of Concerned Parents UK. We aim to get our word out there. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. All welcome. Please share, like, put the footage out there. All appreciated.
No, I'm not speaking.
Now what's the thing?
I'm not speaking.
But now what's the
Listen,
It's a woman.
It's another voice. I'm not Western democracy. Another voice. Now it's
speaking in my ear.
Yeah, fuck your ear. Listen,
You come over and interrupted
you too.
Excuse me, but you come over and interrupted a conversation.
Fuck you too.
You've done.
What you're gonna do? Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You come over.
Calm down. It's okay.
You come over and done exactly what you
Come on,
done.
come on. If you touch me, I'll fuck you.
slow down. Come on, mate.
In your country. I'll fuck you in your country. In your country. In your country. I'll fuck you in London. I'll fuck you anywhere. Come on. Speak to the sentence. Speak to that sentence. Yeah. I'm defending myself. Sorry? Fuck your country. Fuck your country. Fuck your country. No, fuck your country. I don't care about your country. Don't. You're getting in my face. You're getting in my face. Fuck you and your country. Fuck you and your country. I fuck you and your country.
You just give a nice speech. You don't let it go like that. You just give a nice speech.
Don't say Muslim.
You give a nice speech. Don't let it go like that.
Who the fuck are you anyway? Who the fuck are you? Who are you?
Don't let him get showered. He wanted to marry a woman rather than having to make
That's good, isn't it? We talked earlier. Yeah, you're doing all right. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be disrespecting the reality. I went to Saudi Arabia. Of course, oh man, hey you. Uncle Tom, you what we done? Can easily kick off here, can't it? So easily.
That guy's saying you can get
Oh mate, we'd be. They would.
Power of the female role. Women, all throughout human history, have been able to have careers, have been able to be leaders.
Yeah, hiya, Angel. Glad to have you on board.
And if you come and you take a look at the pamphlets I have made,
Yeah, Peter Van Yang, make you right. He's mouthing off about our country, but if we'd done that in their country, in Somalia or wherever it was from, they'd be looking at wanting to have our heads cut off, you know, so don't disrespect our country when you're in it.
It is an absolute and utter lie that women have always been systemically oppressed.
Why don't you say a slightest word about what's
I'm actually up here today, people, for our own cause. Concerned Parents UK, but we've yet to get a bit of ground and get something sorted. So I'm just going to film a little bit all around what's going on at the moment until we get things sorted out. We've got Richard Ingman, James Harvey and Sydney, as well as a few others, and Wes right there.
No, he fucking shot me down. He was like, then he was like, oh no, you fucked up. I'm like, he was like, oh no, and then he was like, oh no, don't fucking shut me down. I'm always speaking to my ear. So you get
keep it to yourself. I think
yeah, semi-foot by the sea, yeah. Thank you so much for your support, brother. I'll make you right on that. Fuck me, it's a tall one. I'll try and get out what I can as and when I can, like, you know, but like I say, we was here for a different cause, but we've yet to get things really kicking off. Yeah, Peter Van Yam, likewise, brother. I am one of the few crusaders sent by God himself to do God's work through my channel and videography, whatever. Deuce Vault, everybody. Yeah, Angel, is that Shaz? I don't know, I'm not sure what account you're talking about, but I'll try and sort it out, but I don't know. I'll try and have a look at it later. I don't know why some people are blocked and others ain't. I've not intentionally blocked anybody, but YouTube has been playing havoc lately.
Such as domestic violence and mental health. I also write poetry. I have also published about 50.
Yeah, Peter Van Yan, it's okay, mate. I'm wearing a bacon belt.
The romance genre is a genre that is fundamentally read by women and fundamentally written by women.
I might have known the guy for a long time.
There's quite a bit of filth up here today. More muskrat filth than anything. There's Brexit Brian. As I say, some of us are actually up here today for Concerned Parents UK.
See it Birmingham.
Alright, take it easy up there, bruv. Yeah, we're here for Concerned Parents UK, but things are a little bit disorganised at the moment. So yeah, I can only apologise, but at the moment, like, just take in and see whatever is the normal that is usually happening up this shithole. I don't normally come up here, I don't normally bother with this crap, but you know, we were doing our thing, so I thought, why not? Yeah, our fad or whatever that is, I can't say what it is, but yeah, good on you, bruv. Shared to Truth Social, whatever that is, on Telegram. I'm on Telegram, the same as my channel, YouTube channel, Patriotic Crusader. If you can, try and look us up and follow us. if you can find us on Telegram, drop us an inbox or something with a link to your group or channel or whatever, and I'll show my support as always. Yeah, afternoon the BX01. Thanks for joining us. I'm live at Speakers Corner London at the moment. I'm here on behalf of our group, Concerned Parents UK, but we've yet to get organised and get things sorted out, so in the meantime I'm just showing what's going on around us.
And some men use certain religions as a way to control and treat other people like crap. I think we all know this. I think right now, I'm fed up. Religious fundamentalists dominating this world. And
I'm live at the moment, but I'm going to try and get things sorted out, like what's actually happening, you know what I mean? We're supposed to be doing
Yeah. I made some comments in that video, which
where are all the lads? They're just around. Yeah.
However, what you must understand, a lot of people living in the UK are very concerned with the rise of Islamic fundamentalism. And I think we have every right to be concerned about this when con artists and predators like Ali Dawa think it's okay to use this pawn to crap on others. Now there are a lot of Muslims, good Muslims, who are absolutely appalled by what Mr. Dawa did to me.
Yeah, I have in Birmingham FC. I don't know if the Nation of Islam or whatever's here. I mean, I'm not really familiar with whoever is here normally, but you got this crank flying the fucking Palestine flag again with his bike. Look. I wish the sharpshooter would take that twat out.
Some of you may be aware of this.
Alsfiad, I'm not really sure who's who that normally comes up here, because I say Speakers Corner is not really normally my thing. I'm only up here today on behalf of our crew, like Concerned Parents UK. But until we, pardon me, get our thing going, I'm just sort of taking note of what's going on around so that you can all see the sort of bullshit that occurs up here live each week. Yeah, she's against feminism.
It's okay to bully those who are simply trying to make a difference.
No, if we're talking about repentance, you will believe that Jesus came to die for your sins.
That's what the Bible teaches. Remember, the Bible predates the Quran by 600 years. Now, if we talk historically, we're not talking about whether the Quran is the eternal book, whether the Bible is the eternal book. We're talking historically. The Quran came a long time after the Bible, right? You'd appreciate that.
I accept that.
That's a historical fact.
Nobody with any sense would disagree with that. But what people would disagree with, if you say the Bible comes before the Quran, implying that makes it right. Well, Satan was in the beginning, long before you and I. Doesn't mean to say it's right.
Okay, let's wait. Let me dive in.
1 second.
So if you're saying...
Let me finish.
Well, the implication of what you said in that sentence is that Satan is the author of the Bible. That would be
No.
Well,
If that's what
why did you use that sentence?
Okay.
Because you said Satan...
Because let me finish. No. You said to me that the Bible came before the Quran. I agree with you, in agreement with that. Now also, nobody with a correct thinking mind would disagree with that. But by implication, meaning to say, if the Bible was there before the Quran, it means to say the Bible is right, the Quran is wrong. Some people may use that quote to suggest that. What I'm trying to say, okay, let me finish.
No, because I need to come in here.
All right,
okay, so I'm an
the
old man.
second
I'm
time
an old man. I know.
second
The
time
reason
you're
I'm doing
breaking
this is because don't forget.
because you forget.
There's two things you're talking about here. One is theological truth, okay? So you're talking about theological. You believe that the Quran is theological, right? You believe that. So in other words, what the Quran says about God is true. That's what you believe, right? Yeah. Well, you either do or you don't. Well, if you believe in the Quran, you believe that what the Quran says about God is true, right? Well, if you don't, I believe what the Bible says about God is true. So
Yeah, Peter Van Yam, I make you right there on what you're saying there. The ironic thing is that when we walked in this park, outside the front entrance, they had a big couple of signs saying Jesus is Muslim. So we've yet to go and debate that one.
Right? And especially when there's multiple witnesses like the that is going to have a lot more weight in terms of historicity than something that was written 600 years afterwards, okay, by someone who wasn't there, didn't see the events, didn't know anything about it. That's the difference when you look at the...
Thank you for joining us this afternoon, people. We're live at Speaker's Corner on behalf of Concerned Parents UK. We've yet to sort our thing out properly, but in the meantime, I'm taking in footage of what's actually going on between various speakers and faiths. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, share, like, whatever, get the footage out there. All welcome, all appreciated, thank you.
So from the point of view of the scripture and the Bible is attested by multiple witnesses. It's within the eyewitness time, so it's within 100 years of the birth and death of Christ. Maybe
that's it. That's all Islam is about, is dominance.
Whereas the Quran is coming 600 years later, talking about things that Muhammad certainly didn't witness. No disrespect to him, but he wasn't there, he didn't see what happened. And also, anybody else that was an author of the Quran, if there was any author of the Quran, they did not witness what happened in the life of Christ. So from a historical point of view, the Bible has a lot more fallibility than the Quran does when it's talking about Christianity. I can't talk about life of Muhammad. Life of Muhammad is a completely different issue, and that's again hotly debated by a lot of scholars.
This is Mr. Richard Ingman, by the way, debating with this guy, if you're not familiar with Richard.
The Gospels have a lot of historical validity. Then if we talk about theological...
Quite a big speaker on the patriotic scene.
Right? So we're going back to Genesis, we're going to Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, who's obviously the father of the Arabs, the father, believed by your faith to be the father, the father of Islam, and I think Abraham was a Muslim as well. So when you go back to the Old Testament also has prophetic gleanings, if you like, images of what happened at the cross. If you look at when Abraham sacrificed Isaac, and what happened was Abraham took Isaac up the mountain, and he was going to sacrifice him, he was going to be a blood sacrifice to God in the Old Testament. He took him up the mountain, and what happened? He looked round, Abraham looked round, and he looked in a thicket, and there was a lamb, and the lamb was caught in a thicket, and what that was a lamb crowned with thorns. Now you talk about Christ was sacrificed, Christ was a sacrifice, and Christ was called the sacrificial lamb. So there's all these gleamings in the Old Testament. So when you look at the Old Testament written over probably 1,500 years, and then you look at the Quran, and of course the Quran has some good marketing, it's some nice things in the Quran, but it doesn't have the same validity and weight as the Bible, and that is the issue that I have. Because I've read both books in detail, not superficially. I've read the Bible for like 20, and I'm not a practicing Christian, I've read the Bible for like 20 odd years, and I believe that the Bible is actually
your camera or one? Oh, Richard. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Can you just do me a quick? Because I need to go and have a night. Please, run behind the tree. Can you just hold this? Just keep it on there, man.
The time frame that ties in with especially with the life of Jesus Christ, and then of course you've got Paul's letters and the deep theology of Paul's letters. I don't see any of that in the Quran, and that's the issue that I would have with this. Anyway, I've taught you to death. Roll that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a listen.
Good.
You know what to do. Read the Bible again.
I will do. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Used by the system, all who wanting to stand up for men's rights, to empower men, to empower women. Now, I'm not saying he's a perfect human being, but I'm saying Andrew Tate is not a bad guy, and he has been dreadfully mistreated by the system. The same way that people like Tommy Robinson, J.K. Rowling, David Icke, and many others have been. These are decent people who are just simply trying to have alternative views. We are currently living in a world where only one type of person's viewpoint is allowed to be expressed. If you are different or alternative in any way, you are often labeled as either an extremist, far right, a misogynist, a transphobe, a homophobe. So many people have been bullied and crapped on just for their political opinions, and this is absolutely wrong. It's terrible how so many people have been completely and utterly ignored and not allowed to speak just for having alternative views. We must believe in freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is a necessity and important, and we must be able to have discussions that are not always, shall I say, mainstream. The mainstream media is all about pushing division. If you're not a feminist, you're a trad wife. If you're not on the left, you're on the right. If you're not a misogynist, then you're a feminist. Right now, those are the only two options, apparently. Feminist or misogynist. It's terrible. Most women are not feminists. But that doesn't mean that we have to hate ourselves or that we all belong in the kitchen. No. Margaret Thatcher was one of the most successful women in British political history. I'm not saying she was perfect, so I agree with everything about her. But she was one of the most successful women in British political history. A woman who climbed the political ladder, who became the first female Prime Minister of England, and she was not a feminist. She is famous for having said, "I owe nothing to women's lib." Phyllis Schlafly was another such woman, again, an extremely politically driven woman who hated feminism.
Yeah, Peter Van Yam.
Now look at me.
We're looking forward to that.
My name's Serena Macho. I'm an author, a musician, a YouTuber. I come out here to a space that's largely dominated by a bunch of religious fundamentalist men, many of whom don't actually have a real message. Am I oppressed? Is there a patriarchy oppressing me? If I'm so oppressed, how am I able to come out here every week and speak, eh? If I'm oppressed, then how is it that I am able to come here and stand on a soapbox and talk about real things affecting real people to enact real social and political change?
You're doing well, darling. You're speaking the truth.
I do not believe that a woman is oppressed. By the way, to those watching, you can follow me on Twitter and TikTok at Serena Macho, and find me on YouTube at The Rational Female. I had the opportunity to go on a Ladies Giant podcast, and she failed to highlight my real message. Instead, her show, talking about you, Pearl Davis, her show is nothing more than a stain on those who wish to bring about real change. This is why problems are not getting solved. Because people like to just take the piss. People think this is all a joke. It's not. This is serious. Men's rights matter. Women's advocacy matters. We should not be encouraging misogyny, nor should we be encouraging misandry. We don't need to have an extreme. We don't need extreme social conservatism or extreme social progressivism. There is a middle ground. We can believe in male and female equality or also appreciate the fact that it's okay for women to have careers, that it's okay for men if they choose to be stay-at-home fathers. That doesn't mean that we must diminish masculinity. That doesn't mean that we must ignore masculine men. That doesn't mean that we must crap all over men for being masculine. Masculinity is a good thing. Men, love and honor your masculinity. Don't let feminists call it toxic. The only toxic ones are them. It's not, no, it's not okay to, I was going to say it's okay to be a man. It's not okay to be a man. It's absolutely necessary to be a man. It's necessary to be a man. It's necessary to be a real man. A strong man. A strong man. A masculine man. Men are not necessary. They are essential. A world without men, without masculine men. Exactly. A world without men is a world that is going to fail.
It's the same a world without woman.
Exactly.
If there was a world without woman, I don't know how I would live.
Well, that's the point. A world without men and women working together as a unifying force is a world that is going
Peter
to
Van
fail
Yam,
and collapse. We must respect
you know,
men
Sundays
and women
are usually taken
as
up by
equal partners.
personal
Partners
visits
in
to
love.
family and stuff, really. Like I
Partners
say,
in unity.
Speaker's
Partners
Corner's
in
not really my
togetherness.
thing or my forte, but
For
I
the
will be
future
here
safety
as and when
of our people,
it's appropriate and
our
important.
countries, our nations,
as of today.
for the future safety of the West.
It's supposed to be one of those days, but we're still waiting on getting things going, so but I will try and keep this posted as much as I can.
We must reject feminism.
But thank you all for your
and
support.
reject
I appreciate you
misogyny
being here.
that is currently being pumped
Without
down
you
on
guys out there,
by those who claim to hate
my
feminism,
channel wouldn't
but
be
really they hate women.
possible or so creative.
Being anti-feminist
As I
is
said,
not anti-women.
please like, share. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe.
It's
All welcome.
anti-men. The anti-feminist is not anti-women. When you reject feminism, you are rejecting a political ideology. An ideology that is rooted in misandry and in Marxism.
Right, I'm just going to move from this one for a bit, people. I'm just going to see what's happening and try and find out what's happening within our own crew. So, in the meantime, I'm going to see what's going on around us. I thought this was fucking Moses here. There's Tall Man and Moses. Sorry, bro.
So even if it means burning in hellfire for 1 billion years, justice needs to be served.
We need justice here and now, though, not on hellfire.
In
We
this
need justice
country,
here and now.
here, if it means to chop the head off, it needs to be chopped the head off. Because justice needs to be served for anyone who terrorizes innocent people.
All them
Anyone who
innocent
kills
people at London Bridge that day. All them innocent
Let
people
me-
on 7/7 and so forth.
Let me understand something.
Innocent children at Manchester. What happened with the innocent children?
Any
Why
innocent
didn't we
people-
not see the Islamic
If
community?
they're murdered,
They didn't come out
doesn't
and condemn
matter.
them. They didn't
It
come
doesn't
out
matter
and
if it's
hate
done
speech
by
before.
atheists, Hindus, Muslims, Jews. They all are criminals who are doing this.
Oh, 100%.
Exactly. And they need to
The
be...
same as any man that sleeps with a child is a paedophile. In Christianity, in Islam, in whatever it is.
What child?
In my eyes.
What's the age of a child that child is? What age?
Well, I'd say 16. Because I'm from this country and 16.
Who's mentally and
Okay,
physically
let's understand
16
something.
is
Yeah.
about right.
I don't
Do you-
agree with this when you start your periods because I know children who are very young, 9, still playing with Barbie dolls, Don't mean
People
that
who
they're
are
ready for sex.
people who are 34 still
90.
playing with their dolls,
No,
right?
nine.
No, I'm saying people who are
Alright.
40, they're playing with
Oh,
their
well,
dolls.
that's
It
a
doesn't
bit-
make them a child,
This
does
is
it?
where that goes a bit
So,
different.
no, we need to understand one thing. You
But
know
if
about...
if that 30-year-old who played with a Barbie wanted to have sex, that 30-year-old don't want to do
Let's
that.
understand something.
I'm
Let's
talking
understand
about a
something.
child.
Mentally and physically.
Do you somehow imply Prophet Muhammad in Islam, right?
I was
He-
told Jesus was a nice. He went with a child. If he did, I'm calling him.
No, let's understand something. In Islam, our Prophet, the one got sent as a guide, he got married when he was 25. Do you know who he got married to?
To an older woman
Older woman, 15 years old.
with a load of money.
One second.
She proposed.
Who proposed to him?
I know.
Yeah, if in Birmingham FC, you know that, yeah?
Really, wasn't she?
We need to
Go
put
on,
the
girl.
context here. It wasn't him that went around and said, I want to
He was a tradesman, weren't he? And she liked to invest. Should we
She
say?
liked someone who was
She liked a good
truthful,
worker, truthful.
honest,
Yeah.
trustworthy,
Every
reliable
woman likes that.
individual.
Every woman likes that, especially when they bring home the
So
work.
our Prophet
If
was
anybody
known
over 40
as
needs to
Sadiq
play with
Amin,
toys, I would say they're very
trustworthy,
desperate.
reliable individual. So she proposed, they got married, and the marriage was only a monogamous relationship until she passed away. Did the
right.
Prophet marry anyone else? No. Did he marry anyone young? No.
Up until she was gone. Then
Let's understand something. According to psychology, in which pedophilia is defined as, pedophilia is a love for young, a sexual love for young, and that's the attraction one has only for young. A
But
pedophile,
is that okay? Do you find that okay?
of course not. A pedophile is someone who has a sexual attraction to underage young people. Right. So these pedophiles do not have sexual attraction to what we call adults. Whether you want to call it
They like
16,
children.
18, 21, whichever age you want to put adults in, they don't like that. So there are a lot of unfounded, unjustified criticisms against our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They labeled him as one of them.
Well, because he married a 6-year-old.
One second.
Yeah.
But as we understand from medical science, from psychology, that a pedophile has sexual attractiveness to underage people only. But he married someone older than him.
But I also know.
Younger people, you know.
See,
No, a
can I just say
pedophile does
something?
not have attraction
Jimmy
to older people.
Savile, we'd all agree is a nonce. Jimmy Savile. He went with children and he also went with adults.
So you can't call him a pedophile.
Sorry, what age was Aisha when he had
Can
sex
you
with
move
her?
a bit slowly back?
No,
Because you're-
okay,
sorry,
there we
invading
go.
my-
What age was Aisha?
Sure.
What age?
aggressive today.
What age?
That's fine.
What age was Aisha?
We
What
will
age
come
was
to that.
Aisha? No. Just a very simple question.
You don't
It's a
dictate
very
who
simple
speaks.
question.
You can't say
She
to
was
her,
she was 9 years old. Is that correct?
can I
Why
speak?
won't you tell the truth if she's 9 years old?
If you were to... How long have you been coming to speak
Do
to
you
Scotland
believe
for?
she was 9 years old?
How long have you been coming to
10
speak to
years.
Scotland
Do you
for?
believe she was 9 years
Well,
old?
it's good. 10 years. Have I seen you before?
Well, I don't know how long you've been coming here, brother. But listen,
Wait,
what you're doing, you're using to care. You're avoiding the question.
Is that okay if I answer him?
You're avoiding
Good.
the question. What age
So
was she? What age was she?
Let's set... Can you move this camera so I can see your face?
What age was she?
Right, 1 second. This
No.
gentleman-
What age was she?
I will answer. I'm not going to go over. I just
I know he
came.
said she'd be married her at 6.
1 second. I didn't say anything. I will answer. I said.
You married
Thank
her at
you.
6.
Thank you. So,
According to
what's-
Muslim
what-
according to Muslim sources,
One
what age
second.
was she?
Okay. If
What
you
age
keep on repeating
Just
your
to get
question.
to it.
No. I was speaking to you, very friendly people.
Okay, well, is that the
We
same
had
question? Yeah.
common agreement so far, right?
That's fine. Go on, yeah.
Excellent. Now, this gentleman, what's your name?
It don't matter. Go on.
Okay. My name is Mansoor. Nice to meet you. Ben. You claim you came here for 10 years. I've never seen you once. I've been coming here for more than 25 years
Go
now.
on YouTube. It's like
1 second. 1996.
get to
What?
the
No. It's
You're
important.
evading. What you're doing? No, brother. You are evading the issue.
Yeah.
We
How
asked
come?
you a very straight.
You agree with me,
You're
and I agree
answering.
with you.
You're answering
We
like
both
a.
agree
You're answering like a
that
politician.
a child
You're answering
is
like a politician. What
I
age was
will.
Aisha? What age was
And as
Aisha?
you agreed,
I find you're a reasonable individual.
Yeah, you agreed that an adult going with a child is Nazi, like
No.
Jimmy Savile.
Muhammad had sex with
Like
Aisha when she was
Jimmy
9.
Pedophilia.
Muhammad had sex with Aisha when
Right.
she was
Do it
9.
wrong. Yeah, we
Muhammad
agree.
had
Good.
sex with
Good.
Aisha when
Paedophile
she
is
was
wrong.
9.
So
Yeah.
Ben, can you move a little bit back?
A
A little bit
paedophile
back.
is wrong. Yeah, a
I'm
paedophile
gonna
is
move
wrong.
back here.
That's all right, you
Don't
move
come to me.
Sorry,
I'm not going to go anywhere
We
near
have
you.
to have our space, right? Good.
Yeah, paedophilia is wrong.
Wrong. Absolutely
Right,
wrong.
okay, right, now go.
Next, I want to establish something called truthfulness in any discussion.
No, but I just
What?
want
No,
to
no,
get
no,
to
no.
the...
I will continue. This man
Go
individual.
around the houses.
No, 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 no.
The actual...
Yeah, if in
When I was
Birmingham,
speaking to
yeah,
you, was I going
definitely.
around?
No, but you were running.
Thank you.
You were
When
talking
this
about
gentleman
nonsense.
Ben, he made a claim he's been here for 10 years. I haven't seen him once. And I have been coming here for, at least as far as I remember, from 1996. Because there was some events happening in 1996. Why are you speaking the truth? Ben! What are you
No, no, it's not. It's, listen.
Do
Do you want go and check out YouTube when I was here? Check out YouTube when I was here. It's nothing. You're avoiding the issue because Muhammad had sex with Aisha when she was 9. Why are you doing? Why are you
at 9 years of age?
One moment.
That's
Has
what
any
I'm
Muslim got the
asking
courage
you.
to admit to
Were
that?
you agreeing that paedophilia?
Firstly, so I'm not going to listen to this
but just
gentleman.
answer what
I'll
I'm
speak to
saying.
you.
Yeah,
I'll
please,
speak to you
please.
because you're reasonable. But
Okay,
this
go on.
gentleman who's been an open liar
He ain't lying, is he? He's
Okay.
right. He did marry him at
Hang on.
6.
You've been here for 10 years, right? The camera
My friend, I've lived in England for 55
mean,
years.
what do you mean?
You've been here for 10 years,
I've lived
right?
in England for 55
Okay.
years and I've been to
Look.
Speaker's Corner for at least 10 years.
So, have you seen me before?
No, I don't know who you are.
Exactly, that's the problem. That's why open lies get exposed. You can see me.
What
for
age was
example,
Muhammad when he had
Madam,
sex with
you can see
Aisha? Why are
me.
you not answering
If
that
you go to
question?
YouTube right now-
You're the liar, not me. Why aren't you telling us what age Aisha was?
I will.
You said
I will.
that an adult going with a child is basically a paedophile.
We need to deal with people who are untruthful. Firstly,
That ain't being untruthful.
Wait.
You agreed with that, but
No.
then when I've asked you about Muhammad,
I will.
He's
he's
live
going
for
on
1
another
second, and he will nip that, and he will
All
talk
right,
to you.
okay, so he didn't marry her at 6 and he
Because a man
didn't
here made it
inseminate
clear.
her at 9.
if you look at the YouTube history,
But you don't want
you
to
will
talk to
see
us.
me.
That's YouTube.
Hang on. In YouTube.
Yeah, can I
How
show you
long?
him? Can I
Hang
show
on.
you him as well?
Yeah, go ahead. In Speaker's Corner.
Yeah, I'll
I
show
want to
you.
see him in Speaker's Corner.
Okay.
Because this gentleman, Ben, claims he's been here for 10 years
Yeah,
and he's not
okay.
seen me once. And I've been coming here for more than 2 decades.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, there's loads
Okay,
of them.
Speaker's Corner YouTube
All I do is
videos.
put
I want
your
to
name
see you
in.
in 10-year history. And I will show you mine.
All I've got
You
to do
have
is
a
put his
chance
name
to
in. Sorry.
take
Go ahead.
your claim back.
All right, one minute.
You've been here 10 years and you've not seen me once.
Richard Inman, Rajay, Danny, James, Steve,
I wanna see him. No, I wanna
live
see him.
Speaker's Corner 4 years ago. Should we go back even more?
Yeah.
No, but that's 4. Oh, my God. Show me
Was
4
is
years ago.
everybody
this
on
man.
video?
Yeah,
Everyone that
I will
comes
show
to
you.
Speaker's
Do you
Corner
want to see
video.
this?
Let's go back. That's the first one that come up.
No, what you're doing is you're detracting
7
away from the
years
issue.
ago.
No, the reality is,
How come you haven't
no,
seen me?
listen to me.
But I just
Because-
wanted the question
because I'm not
answered,
interested in
that's
you.
all.
I've been to
No.
Speaker's
He
Corner.
hasn't. He's
I've been to
not
Speaker's
lying.
Corner many times.
And you have not seen me once.
I've never seen you.
Where
Now,
are
I've
you?
spoke. What have you seen? You haven't seen me before. And I've been here. You go and ask your friend Ali Dawa if I've been to Speaker's Corner.
he
Now
knows.
listen
Wait,
listen to me.
wait,
What
wait,
age was Aisha when
wait.
Muhammad shagged her? What age
Use
was
your
what age?
language
What
appropriately.
age? I don't care about your language.
I
What
can't
age?
speak to you.
What age was Aisha?
I don't speak to
What-
people like-
okay,
like
what-
vulgar language
What
like
age was I? What
I'll
age?
continue speaking to
What
you.
age was Aisha
Right.
when
So
Muhammad
do you-
fornicated
Do you
with her?
agree? Do you agree? A child is until what age?
16.
Okay, who defines that?
Because they are mature.
British law.
mentally,
British
everything,
law, according
and
to
with
British
the
law.
right
According to
Who
British law.
defines?
Yeah, if in Birmingham, you know that.
You
So
know
if
she
you
was
were to live in
9.
And,
France, would you
Stop
apply the
Angel.
using Takia.
Yeah, because I think 16
If you were in
That will be
America,
funny.
To be honest, I think 16 is still too young.
No, that's not the
In
question.
this day and age,
You
know
see,
that.
I can
do you
guarantee that
Listen, let's get down to
Tony
the
will hand him his arse on his
Why will
plate.
you not
Still
admit?
going around
Why
with it.
will you not
Because
admit?
you
We want to establish two
talk
things.
about the
No,
prophet. You said
mind
you
your
don't
language.
agree with
Be
nonsense.
civilized.
And I agree.
I don't have to teach an English person. Look, I don't
agree
need to
with you.
teach the English how to be civilized.
Well, I don't need to teach you how to be fucking.
Wait. Mind your language and be civilized. Be civilized. I don't need to, as a Muslim, teach you how to be civilized because we can teach you manners. I don't need to because English people have good manners. You are not representing one of them, not him. You are absorbing. Very
What
good.
age was Aisha when Muhammad had sex with
We
her?
need to
Can
establish-
anybody answer that
No, no,
question?
no, no.
Can anyone in the crowd answer the question?
establish-
What age was Aisha? What age was Aisha when Muhammad had sex with her? Can you answer that question? Right, I'm not talking to you. You got a silly face on. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you with that stupid face on. No, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, it's all getting entertaining now, people.
Let's have an intellectual discussion.
It's getting very intense.
You must be more ugly than this. You must be
Tony's about to hand somebody's asked to him, and I'm right here in the middle of it.
I don't care what you are or what you are. What I want to know is what age was Muhammad when Aisha had sex with her. I'll answer the question. It's a rhetorical question. Muhammad had sex with Aisha when she was 9 years old. Will anyone admit to that? Anyone that's a Muslim have the courage to admit that fact? It's true.
What age was this?
Muhammad was, I think, in his 50s.
Okay, so what is the problem? I don't understand.
Sorry, say that again.
This age.
What's the problem?
No, but the father,
Would you agree? Okay, no,
whatever.
okay, go on.
listen, the father of that little girl,
9-year-old.
yes?
Fucking Sam Rats.
Yes or no?
Well,
No, well, yes or no?
that's not the issue, is it?
No, no,
If
no.
the girl consents.
Listen,
Okay, you tell me about this. You tell me about this. I'll take it back.
Please tell her when she's talking, you stay quiet, and then vice versa. Madam, can we set the ground rule,
What
please?
makes it
We listen to each other.
One second.
What makes it
We will answer, but we need to establish the
Real face, mate.
People have a lot of emotions. They see bombing in 2007 in 9/11, and they blame. No. I am just giving you a principle.
I don't want to hear about that.
Then,
As you can see, people, we're deep in the debate in Speaker's Corner, London. We're here on behalf of our
we need to establish. So am I.
Concerned Parents UK, but we've got involved in all this
In this country,
I don't care about this country.
well, whatever you want to call
I
it.
don't care. Do you know why? Because I
It's
could be having a
entertainment
discussion
anyway.
in France,
Please
in
like,
America,
share, if you're
in
new to the
Germany.
channel,
I
please
want
subscribe,
to.
or welcome.
Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, good. So I'll go with that.
So we've made
Do you
progress.
agree that
We've made progress that
there's
Muhammad
two important
had
things we
sex
need to
with
establish?
Aisha when she was 9
Age
years
of
old.
consent.
That's what Muslim tradition.
First, the principles, age of consent, age of marriage. And
I kind of know our General Custer felt.
these things are essential.
Little Bighorn, was it?
marriage until the child is an adult.
Or the situation at
About
Rorke's
marriage
Drift?
until that child is an adult.
No, we need to establish that. We need to have a common ground.
I just told you, 16.
No,
So
this
where do we go from
is,
now?
where did you get the 16 from?
That's the law of the land.
Okay, who decided that? Some people?
That's the way we
Okay, was this the same? Was this the same in this?
What is it in your country or whatever country? What's the law of the land?
One second.
What's the age of consent?
Are you speaking to me?
What's the age? Well, you don't listen.
Okay.
What's the age of consent?
1 second.
Where it is for you?
First.
Yeah, you asked me and I told you 16. What's yours?
Sure. In my country, it's probably even older. But I don't know. Right? I don't know current status. What I want to establish is that in England, when Henry VIII married as a king, 1 second, in England.
But what country did you say? It's older?
No, he's
I'm talking about England. Are you interested in England?
No, but you just said no, my country's an
My country, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
okay.
Right. Do you agree we need to speak about England? Good. In England, when Henry VIII married as a king, do you know?
They're all young. Yeah.
Spot on.
King Henry and Catherine of Aragon.
If any man, an adult, marries or has sexual intercourse with a child, is a nonce. Whether it's Jesus, whether it's King Edward, whether it's a fucking king. Because they're all...
Okay, madam. What's your name?
Ginger.
Ginger. I'm Mansoor.
Nice meeting you.
It's okay. Nice meeting you. Now, what I want to establish is, in this country, the age of marriage.
16.
I disagree with you because historically, remember what we said? Historically, the age of marriage in this country, during the time of King Henry VIII.
But it ain't now, that's years ago.
One second. King Edward III.
Going back how many years?
1 second.
We're going back now?
Ginger.
We'll go to now.
Ginger.
Today.
We established not emotions. when we are going to talk about age of consent and marriage,
I'm not emotional.
then
I'm
you're not.
asking you.
Then in England, let's establish something. In
What
England,
about you stop bumping in and leave the man to it? I mean, you know what I mean?
that's right.
You know,
He's
making sense, believe it. I'm
right.
just trying to get to the actual.
Edward was 15 and
Well, then
Philippa was
fuck off
14.
then.
Excuse me.
Do you know what I mean? That's aggression, but he ain't stop man.
Racist. No, please, please, don't
Is that
get
what he said I'm a
emotional.
racist?
Please, brother.
Is that what
Don't
he said
get
I'm a
emotional,
racist?
Ginger. Ginger, don't get emotional. Speak to
Don't
me,
like it.
Ginger. Speak to me.
You're right, no, you're right, you're right.
So, what we are trying to... Excuse me, brothers, please. Excuse me, brothers, please. You need to show patience. When people insult you, you don't insult them back. We forgive you.
Yeah, our flag, as always.
Just forgive him. Just forgive him. Just forgive him.
This is it. This is where it goes.
Somebody's even bringing racism into it, and it's nothing to do with racism. It's always the same old
We have a
bullshit.
better moral. Just forgive him. Say, as a Muslim, I forgive you. Go on. Just tell him.
No one's got to forgive anyone.
Fine.
Just say what you say.
Now, Ginger.
Go on.
So, as we realized, even in this country, the monarchs, the government, right, the ruling class, they decided what age of marriage is. So at one point, they married someone who was 5 or 6. It was okay.
No, it wasn't okay to me. I'll say
Wait. Then,
I say it's all wrong.
look, when it was then, it was okay. Why was okay
I
then?
wasn't alive then.
Why was it
I'm
okay?
talking about now.
Because science, education...
Why was it okay then?
It's wrong now.
Yeah,
That's why.
Why was it okay then? Why was it okay
I wasn't
then?
alive then.
I want you to think and just think about it and critically analyze historically.
I've already said I find it wrong. Adults shouldn't be being children, whether it's Jesus, whether it's King Edward or whoever. I'm just saying
What's the basis of your morality?
Because I don't think children should be having sex.
No, what's the basis of your morality? Right and wrong comes from where?
Because children shouldn't be having sex with adults.
Right and wrong, idea of
Do
right
you
and wrong.
believe a child?
You're not
should be
addressing
having...
the issue.
No, you're not. You're going to be right and wrong.
I'm
telling
saying
you, I do not agree.
the moment you say
I find it wrong that a child under 16 should be having sex. It's wrong.
so when you say something is wrong and something is right,
Right, and whether that happened 10 years ago, 20, I'm not bothered.
Ginger,
talking
it is
about now.
important. It is important to know the source or the grounding of our right and wrongs.
Have you any
So
children
what
around you under 16?
you're not
You
discussing?
shouldn't be having sex with them.
What
Simple.
is your
Simple. That's the
source
base of
or
it.
grounding or yardstick? What is your yardstick of saying?
As a parent, as a mother,
I am
what's
saying
the yardstick? I'm
what
not gonna
determines
go with
to you what determines something is right and something is wrong.
well, common sense, really, isn't it?
Common sense doesn't determine what's right and wrong.
You know something's wrong,
Okay.
you know something's right.
Do you have the same common sense as the French?
No, I don't want the French's common senses.
No, if you say common
I'm not
sense,
talking about France.
wait,
I'm talking
why
about now.
why is English special?
Yeah, I'm just going to move from this one.
Why
to
is England
where we-
special?
You're in England.
Sorry.
We don't like it here.
Why is it
Mohammed consummated his marriage with Aisha when she was 9 years old. Is that correct?
No, how
What's the age of consent in
Christianity? 5 years old, man. 5 years old. The age of consent in Christianity is 5 years old.
I'm not talking about Muhammad, I'm talking about the law in this country.
I know. Was it 200 years ago? 400 years ago?
I don't mean it's that long ago, no.
How many years? Give me some numbers, that's all right.
Google it on your phone.
Just say 300, yes? Do you accept?
All right.
Thank
Just
you.
say,
So he, what he says about Muhammad, that's
long time ago.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I know, but if you Google
Your boy to my camera do this. Yeah. Okay, but not good. Okay. No problem.
I don't think he did this.
No, but he do this to
Show me what he did.
It's live. It's not recorded. I cannot play back. But I just say it's no problem, but it's not good. Here, Speaker's Corner, many people angry, you know. So careful. But I'll just tell you, it's no problem. But
okay, you say, yeah.
No problem.
Yeah,
Deutsch.
Let's make it not bigger as it is.
No, it's okay.
Have a good one.
This country was doing wrong as well. People were having sex with underage girls. They were married 14, 14-year-old girls. And they were fucking men. They were fucking men. I'm going to be cruel about it. Men were fucking girls 14 years in this country. The King's Law.
You know what I'm seeing here is massive atheism. Massive atheism. Now, there are a few Muslims who are brave enough. Ali Dow was one of them. I can challenge you. Aisha was 9 years old. How many years ago? Anyone of the Muslims here, we've got the balls to actually admit what Ali Dower admits, that she was 9 years old.
Yeah, just for information, I just had some German kid. Well, I didn't know he was German until I spoke to his father, but he stuck his finger up in front of my camera and like he was looking, but I wasn't too happy, a bit disrespectful, so I went and had a word. His father said, "Oh, you can show me footage." I said, "He's live." I said, "I'm telling you now, here, Speaker's Corner, you don't do that. It's not good." I said, "Unless you want a problem." He's like, "Okay, not one issue." I said, "Well, not do it again." So, yeah, sorted.
Do we want to go there?
I would follow homosexual there.
Do you know how many
Cheeky foreign fucks trying to take the piss on our land. That's what I can't tolerate.
Muslim men raped in the past 30 years in this country, the grooming gangs. 1 million. 1 million white English girls.
I'll answer. Do you think these people, they brought their culture where they came from?
Yes.
Or they no.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Because child marriage. Child marriage is a thing in Pakistan.
Westernized by you guys. Is white people.
Stop lying. Stop
young
lying.
Kids. No,
Stop lying. The reality
majority
is
of rape of young
Pakistani
kids
men
are the white people.
Pakistani men.
You know,
Pakistani men
I'll tell you something.
in the United Kingdom have raped 1 million white English girls. It's a stain on the Pakistani community.
That's complete bollocks.
That's complete bollocks. What do you call what's happening in Rotherham and Telford?
No, they got westernised by you.
What do you call what's happening in Rotherham and Telford and all that? There is child marriage, Muslims raping gangs, raping our fucking youth. In Pakistan, you're talking shit, bro.
They get caught.
You know they do. You know child marriage is a thing in Pakistan. You're lying. 1 million white English girls raped by Pakistani men. Why? Because they believe that their prophet did it and they're following their prophet.
You know, who done the rapes of the girls? They got westernised by you guys.
What about Rotherham and Telford? And places like that, Bradford and all that.
It's not Western culture to rape children. It's Islamic culture to have sex with children.
So it's Western culture when Islamic gangs drug and get them drunk and rape
How old
them.
was Aisha? How old was she? She was 9 years old. That is what
You're lying.
It is a culture to rape children in this country. I'm sorry, but it is.
Fuck off.
Where are you from? Ireland. Now you're in Britain, bro. Fucking the BBC, Jimmy Savile.
What age? I'm not listening to Jimmy Savile. What age was Aisha? What age was she? You won't answer the question.
You got married to her. Then when she reached the age of because you know that is the age of marriage in Muslim countries.
So Aisha was 9 years old. You admit it. She was 9 years old when he married her. Yes, you know it's true.
It's all a little bit debated here, or heated should I say, but they won't have it, would they? That it's a majority Muslim problem, raping gangs, stuff like that. You know, they try to say it's been westernised and all the rest of it, but is it westernised when you get... I'm talking to my camera, I'm not talking to you. Is it westernised when it's when it's Muslim gangs that are drugging and getting our girls pissed?
You know the book? No, I know it's all it's a chronology.
They know what's going on.
I've read them all. So don't tell me. If you're coming here and telling me so thinking I'm some guy that doesn't know what I've read them. I've read the So I do.
The Germans, they raped the German women in World War II. You know the French, they used to hide their men when the German went and they go
Ali Dawah and the Dawah team have
German, they were hiding their women.
Now I'm not quoting me, I'm quoting Ali Dawah, stood and argued for the fact that, and he's got the balls to do, he's argued for the fact that Muhammad had sex with Aisha when she was 9 years old, because he said she reached puberty, and he thought that was acceptable. That's Ali Dawah. At least he's honest. I think it's reprehensible, but he's honest enough to say it. So if you're not going to tell the truth, I'm not going to debate with you because you know it's true. That's why he's smiling. Anyway, go on, let's go.
I'm so sorry, but didn't you previously say that it was in Muslim culture to rape children?
Sorry?
You said that it was in our culture to rape.
I said in Pakistani culture. No, I didn't say rape. I said, what I said was, hold on, hear me out. In Pakistan, not just Pakistani culture throughout the Middle East, there is child marriage. Don't deny that. That 100%. Do you agree that happens?
Yeah, well, that's everywhere.
No, there's no child marriage. There's no child marriage.
100 years back, was it?
I'm not talking about 100 years back.
No, but I'm just
saying
about now,
there was civilization.
in this culture, in your British culture, to marry children too.
Not talking. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about, what is acceptable. This is the difference that you're misunderstanding. Right? In the United Kingdom now, we have a civilization that's been established. It's taken us a long time to get to this civilization. In our civilization, we don't believe it's acceptable for children to have sex under 16 years old. Now, we know they do. It's a very promiscuous culture, right? So, the reality of the situation, what has happened in Britain in the past 30 years, predominantly Pakistani Muslim men have taken white English girls and raped them. Many of them have quoted Quranic scriptures, have cited Muhammad and their religion as an excuse to do that. In other words, Aisha and the age Aisha was. That's why it's an important question, because it is probably an underestimation to say that 1 million white English girls have been taken by Pakistani men, raped and brutalised in the past 30 years in the United Kingdom. Now that's a fact. We can get the legal documents. I've made documentaries about it. I've spoken to the girls. Sorry, sir. I'm talking. Let this lady speak. Let this lady. I'm not going to engage. Let the lady speak. Don't be scared. This woman is trying to speak. Stop shouting.
I was going to say, it's not. You keep pinpointing one specific race or ethnicity or nationality, Pakistani, Middle East, but
there's a reason. Can I
just say what I say? But you do also fail to consider the amount of Europeans and white men that go to Afghanistan, Iraq, any third world country raping our children. It's the same. It's still as bad. It's bad. What you're saying now is true. There is a problem with rape culture, not within our culture, but within men in itself. Because it happens everywhere. It happens to you, white men. It happens to in my culture, in my community. But it happens in yours too. It happens everywhere. The problem is men, not my culture.
Please let me answer. And can I tell you something? Right. Here's the thing. Right. Any man that has sex with a girl under 16 years old in this country is a criminal. That's according to the British law. Because you're doing the law, brother. Please, I'm engaging. I'm engaged. You are. I'm engaging with this lady. Why are you shouting over this lady? Why are you shouting? Why are you shouting over this? Why are you shouting over your sister? You're disrespectful. You're being very disrespectful to this sister. This sister is my sister. No, yours. She's not my sister. No, she's not my sister. Because you're king. You're king, and this was king today. Why are you shouting? Why are you shouting? You're king. You are very low. This woman was talking respectfully. I'm not engaging with you because you're a thug. Okay, right, let me answer the question, before somebody else shouts me down, okay? It's very, very simple. All paedophilia in this country is a criminal offence, okay? It is a criminal offence to have sex with girls under 16 years old. It's reprehensible wrong. If white men go to predominantly white men go to places like Thailand and have sex with children, it is disgusting, it is wrong, they should be sent to prison. That is the reality of the situation.
Well, does that tell us it's not an ethnicity that's the problem, it's men?
I let you say a lot. Now the other issue is this.
So you want to basically
to me, all women should be respected, okay? I hate anybody that disrespects or abuses women. You should be free to act as you want, do what you want, within the law, without being oppressed by men whoever they are, whether they're white or Pakistani. What has happened with these grooming gangs? And the reason I pick out the Pakistani community is because 87%. Now this is factual. This is not me looking at. Yeah, exactly. So 87% of men involved in grooming gangs are Pakistani men. I'm not racist. I'm genuinely not. And they're Muslim men. Okay. A lot of them, and I've done the research. I made documentaries on this, so I'm not coming from just shouting and being a thug. I basically researched this. I've spoken to the victims, and the reason that I'm so passionate about it, when you speak to those girls, some of the girls have been raped by hundreds of men. Do you agree that's wrong? And there was a man I was speaking to earlier on at the corner here, and he was saying it was white civilization that caused this. What the girls told me, now this is anecdotal evidence from the girls I interviewed, and there was multiple girls. They said the worst rapists were what the Pakistani men called freshies. Do you know what a freshie is? In other words, it's a migrant just off the boat, okay? And they said they're the most brutal, the most disrespectful, and the most horrible. And these are children. Their lives have been totally ruined and devastated. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. If white men go to Iraq and rape women, if white men go to Afghanistan and rape women, that is reprehensible, it's wrong, and it's evil. And if they're in the military, they should be brought before the military court, and they should be prosecuted in a court-martial. My point is, when you do the research, there has been a cover-up in the Pakistani Muslim community where people could have handed these men over to the authorities, but there was the wives and what have you, men was too scared to actually say that this had happened, and the men got away with it because it was a criminal gang culture, and that's the reality now. At the end of the day, people can shout and get upset about other ones. That genuinely happened in this country. It's different in other countries. In the UK, it was predominantly Pakistani Muslim men that were doing the raping, and some Bangladeshi men, and some Indian Muslims, and even some other Southeast Asian men because of the way the community are over here. So that's the reality. It was gone for at least 30 years. Some evidence goes back to the 60s and 70s as well. It's a massive problem, and it's not been dealt with. And as soon as we try and talk about it, and you've been so respectful, unlike your brothers who weren't respectful, you've been really very gracious and very kind. And that's the sort of debate that we should have. We should admit there's a problem. If there's a problem with paedophilia from one community, and my issue is, why is it predominantly Muslim men that are doing it? And that's the question that we've got to answer. And it would appear that a lot of them are doing it because it's cultural and religious. That's what the evidence is.
Religious. I'm not from the culture, so I can't argue on that side. But from the religious side, we absolutely condemn it. We cannot agree with that. That is wrong. That's oppression and it's abuse.
Why is there not a bigger backlash in the Pakistani Muslim community against that? Because whenever it's mentioned, everybody gets very defensive, obviously, because it's a very reprehensible crime. There should be a lot bigger backlash. And again, we were talking about this earlier, and obviously there's a lot of debate about this at Speaker's Corner, but I don't know whether you will answer truthfully, but from even Muslims speaking out the corner, like Ali Dawah, and many other Muslims have admitted that Aisha was 9 years old. They say she reached puberty. She was 9 years old when Muhammad consummated the marriage. That's what Islamic tradition teaches, according to depending on what source you go for, but especially and the reality is, when that culture of once a girl reaches puberty, you're able to have sex with her. That is a big problem in this country, because that's not the law of this country. A girl can reach puberty at 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. She shouldn't be having sex. Would you agree with that?
No,
you would agree with that, exactly. But a lot of men here saying as soon as she reaches puberty, she should be able to have sex. Would you think that's wrong?
No, because, well, if they keep quoting something that happened thousands of years ago, when childhood is perceived to be very different, you know, each childhood isn't how it is now.
Yeah. So can I just say something short before I forget, because I'm old? Can I just say, Muhammad, in your culture and your belief, is the perfect prophet, the perfect man. Would you admit that he's the perfect man? And obviously it's believed, if we believe the sources down here that say that he had sex with Aisha when she reached puberty, right? So if he's the perfect, and I want to put this in context so you understand this. This is not me attacking your religion, but if a man who is a follower of Islam believes it's acceptable to have sex with a girl when she reaches puberty, because the founder of that religion, i.e. Muhammad, had sex with her when she reached puberty, therefore by default, he can justify what he's doing because...
That's not really justifiable.
Well, I know, but that's what they do.
I'll just say one thing before I forget as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Islamically speaking, we believe we follow the rule of the land. So in this country, we'll argue that it's illegal, which means I as a Muslim cannot do anything. That even though it's allowed in my religion, I cannot do it because this country says it's illegal. So I follow this. It has more precedent.
Yeah, sure.
So now, let's say that now they're doing all this child. You could argue, I'm not saying that it's right, you're saying that our religion allows it, but this country doesn't allow it, which means they are wrong. And from a religious side, they are wrong too.
But from the point of view of, okay, let's say we're back in Pakistan. I mean, I don't know where you're from, I'm not even like Algeria yet. So let's say in Pakistan, okay, Pakistan's an Islamic republic, okay? So
and child marriage is illegal.
Yes, but the reality is it's the idea of the age of consent, not the age of consent, of a girl reaching puberty, and then once she reaches puberty, according to what all the Muslims have told me here, they're allowed to consummate the marriage once that woman, girl reaches. Well, that's what a lot of your friends are saying here.
To you. She has to reach age of puberty, mentally and physically. She needs to be capable. 3 things.
Okay. Well, let's say the girl reaches puberty. She's mentally capable and she's physically capable. Okay, and she's 9 years old.
At this now.
No. I'm not talking about.
Now,
I'm talking about.
now
I'm talking about.
years old,
I'm talking.
Now it's
years
different.
ago, it's 2 different
Why is it 2 different things? It's not.
Because 9 years still playing PlayStation. Now even 18 years old still playing, PlayStation.
Yeah.
Even 18 is not mature.
Okay. So
7 years old in Africa is more mature than you probably.
Okay.
This is one thing. This is one thing.
Tell you what, the 7-year-old
That's true. It's more mature in Africa than you.
Okay, so when she gets to 9 years old and she's fully mature,
Depends on the law. If the law allows
No.
What is the legal age of sex in this country?
16 in this
16.
country.
In France,
Wait.
14.
What is the legal age of a sex or a marriage in UAE? What is the legal age in UAE?
I don't know.
21. So by their law, you guys are pedophile. Yes, you are a pedophile. According to Marathi.
You said, let's backtrack what you said.
That's true. That's true.
You said,
Marriage is different from the age of
What is the
consent of
difference?
sex.
Marriage.
Well, we don't
Marriage is a difference. Yes, sex, not marriage is not. The Muslims mostly they don't.
Sorry,
know.
you're talking between.
So the law says in this country, if you are a 16, you can have sex, right?
After 16, yeah.
Okay, 18. Let's say 18. Can you marry 18 years old?
Homosexuality from 7
But in this country,
Sorry?
you can get married at
So it's
16
allowed to do
parental
marriage.
consent.
By the laws, by Emirati law, you guys are pedophile.
Yes, it's contradicting.
That's marriage law and sexual law. That's different. Marriage law and sexual law is 2 different things.
Okay, but in this country, you can get married at 16 with parental consent. Is that right? That's wrong.
I know it's sexual consent.
No, marital consent. You can get married in this country with a parental.
Show me the law. You read the law.
You can get married.
Probably,
Do
but
you
I
agree
would
with
have thought
that?
it was more like
But
18.
this is illegal. But in my country, you have to be 18 or 19, sorry, to be
But
an adult.
that's the thing, like as the guy said, so I'm not filming you or anything, I'm just having a general chat. We respect Muslim culture.
who haven't many kids in 11 years. It's ready for sex. It's to marry. When menstrually coming, then that is different, brother. You need
You're lying.
brother.
If you're not lying, back at your place. You read the show.
Go to the doctor. Go to any doctor. You will be parenting the
No, but I'm not.
I don't really understand. Age is a social contract. Age is a social construct. Wherever you go, age is perceived to be something different. If I now go to America, a lot of the stuff that I am legally permitted to do as an adult, as a 19-year-old, I wouldn't be able to do over there. Why? Because I'm still seen as a minor. But over here, I'm not an adult. But when I go to Algeria, I'm still a minor because I still haven't reached the legal age of an adult. So age is, an adult is a social construct. Wherever you go, so it will be perceived to be different.
So are you telling me that nowhere in the Middle East that child marriage or Southeast Asia child marriage is practiced? You're telling me?
I'm not saying that it's not being practiced.
Well,
It is
okay,
being practiced, and I condemn it. It's wrong. It's disgusting.
And it's been practiced predominantly in Muslim cultures, and the reason being.
And our government is trying to stop it because
Yes,
it's
and
wrong.
that's commendable. understandable, but the reason it's happening, and this is a really important point that we've discussed already, the reason it's happening is because Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6, and when she, okay, but I can, and then when she reached puberty, right? I mean, when she reached puberty, Muhammad consummated the marriage. According to Islamic tradition, when she reached puberty. Now, that's the same as becoming an adult, which it's not. Girls can reach puberty at 9, 10, 11 years old. So the reality is that Muhammad, when she reached puberty, I'm just here filming. That's what Islamic teaching teaches. So, a lot of these Muslim men,
that's what I'm trying to.
Muslim men have been involved in the grooming gangs. They've used that justification.
And it shouldn't be.
They shouldn't. That's not found in any other religion. That's my point.
No, but it did happen in this country. Even 100 years ago, people were still getting married at age 30, 10, and all is perfectly fine within this country.
Yeah, but
yes or no?
I understand what you're saying.
As a society, we've evolved. Children are not how they used to be. We now have child women. Now,
to me, it was never right to marry. I didn't know that child, and that's the point. The point is that this is called because of tradition and religion. They're the two factors in that culture.
child marriage could be found in every tradition. But this specific people does it right to say.
21st century. Well, no, don't ever sound to me. I didn't know that. I'm saying nobody's ever said that.
Name me a single country in Middle East or North Africa they marry at age of 9. Tell me one.
I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is we're not.
No, not in Middle East and North Africa. I don't know about Pakistan. The Christians.
And I've seen like I mean, I've got to look forward to that. I mean, thanks for pointing it out. I respect that, you know what I mean? But like I say, I've never been up there before. You know what I mean?
That's a culture.
No, I've filmed up here before, but it's not normally my thing.
Let them say what they say.
You know what I mean? I've come up here with the crew before. I've been up here like with sometimes
Give me 1 minute.
You saw its own or with other groups of people doing this.
Show me where.
You know it's I know, yeah. But you know, it gets quite
But some scholars reject
normally
Not your consensus that's a majority.
Speaker's corner is not normally my thing, you know? But I come up here that's it really, so but yeah, but like I say, I didn't know that like in the Islamic faith that, you know, a lady's facing cameras. I mean, but I respect it. I'm just filming. Well, I don't know what's going on today, people, but that got a little bit mixed emotional there. Some of them was even trying to tell me that it's not good within their faith to have a lady Muslim or something on camera or whatever. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I'm not here to cause any trouble with anyone or kick off or anything, you know what I mean, unless it concerns our own. But yeah, you learn something new every day, I guess. But I was solely meant to be up here filming our thing that we was meant to be doing for Concerned Parents UK, but don't look like that's happening right now. So until I see where everyone else is, I'll I don't know, try and find out what's happening and film a bit longer. I do apologise that things have not gone to plan, people. like I say, we was meant to be up here for our own stunt or stint or whatever. But oh, here we go again. It's that crazy lady. She's on her mobility scooter.
I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
You don't know.
I'm asking.
You don't know.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Maybe I'm asking you to ask. Yes, tell me.
Guys that were arrested initially and accused,
I don't know
they
who's
got
arrested.
off.
What colour are they? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, you're saying
I just said to you. Who shot her? Yes, I'm asking you. I need to know.
nobody got convicted.
I don't know that.
That's the funny thing about this place or any place in the UK. The Muslims and all that escape their so-called countries of oppression to come here for the free world, but then they want to bring their Islamic bullshit here from the very thing that they're trying to escape from. You just can't make it up.
No. I didn't say that. Did I say that?
Why are most black people that it's not registered?
Right, what did I ask you?
They're registered.
There. I love the way.
They do everything.
Did I say that?
Who told me, by the way? That's why the only reason. No,
She's white people's fault.
She's a lunatic, that one, mate.
First time I've seen her, she lives on me. First time I've seen her on a mobility scooter. First time I've seen her on a mobility scooter.
You are. What I was asked.
She really hates white people, she does. She's pretty blatant about it.
in Zimbabwe.
She's bad boys. She's bad boys. But we've gone completely off of that.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
It's our fucking country. Why you need it? Take it over. How many fucking people? Oh, they're not. They're farmers. They're farmers who are. Let me tell you something. Zimbabwe had to pay those British farmers millions and millions and millions in compensation.
This lady's radical. She's pretty crazy.
Taking it, that was white people. That was you lot. You'd fucking riot and start killing black people. How could we have to pay white British farmers millions and millions in compensation for our own land? And you fucking starving on our land.
Starving like you are now.
And you came and saved us, yeah? By taking over our fucking land, yeah? And giving us a few rupees. You know what I mean?
We told you about occupation. We told you about farming your land.
Yeah, now fuck off, thank you very much. I've told you how to wash your fucking face. I showed you how to brush your fucking face. Did black people not use white and we don't take over the fucking land, do we? Right, so they taught the South Africans
Go to Zimbabwe, you won't have that thing, you'll be fucking hobbling around on the floor now. You wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this in Zimbabwe. You'd be hauling around.
I wouldn't have this in Zimbabwe.
You wouldn't have this.
When you go to South Africa, they've got
You'd be starving. You wouldn't be that big, you'd be starving.
And look where you are. And you've got a fucking city school.
I told you what, you have no fucking weight on the later.
The time's carrying on. You took our fucking gold, our fucking, all our resources. We wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have it. You know how the Commonwealth was. That's how they managed to build a fucking welfare system. We wouldn't have a welfare system.
Blame Napoleon.
Exactly. That's it. The welfare benefit was built up to our ancestors. White people. We are not. I dare you smoking your fucking roll up. Where do you get that fucking tobacco from, you cunt?
Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get this from? DSSS. Oh, DSSS. Social Security. Social Security. Because you ain't working. Look at you. You ain't working.
How much cups of fucking tea and coffee? How much of tea and fucking
fucking coffee? Did you give me a fucking job? Yeah.
Look, you ain't fucking working, are you?
How much tea and fucking coffee do you have? How much sugar? How much sugar do you put in fucking tea?
You sound more cockney than he does.
Coffee? Where did the fucking come from? Sugar? Man, look at you. Look at you. Fuck off.
You sound more... Darling, you sound more
Stick to your
cockney.
fucking potatoes. That's all you fucking got. Potatoes.
Potato came from Ireland as well.
Fucking potatoes.
On your social security
Come and have
buggy.
some spinach.
On
Go
your
and have
social
some fucking spinach.
On your
Fucking
social
cunt. You have
security
nothing.
buggy. Paid for by me.
Potatoes.
Paid for by me.
Potatoes. Paid for by you.
Yeah, the Arabic one. I don't normally waste my time here. I'm normally doing other things, visiting family and stuff on Sundays. But today we were supposed to be doing something else, which has been blown out of proportion. So here we are, stuck at Speaker's Corner. It's like a different planet. This is just
Black people
entertainment
love chicken.
for the masses. Sorry,
Black people
people.
love chicken. You're fucking grateful for us. If it wasn't for our resources in Africa, we would have a welfare system. Remember the open
like chicken.
They were fucking shit. It was our resources of India,
Unless
Africa,
you're
China,
vegan.
everywhere. That gave them a welfare system in this country.
Yeah, but we all like chicken.
Look at him, no teeth, dad, no
We all like chicken.
If you didn't even know what I did.
We in your ball there, Joe.
I love it.
It's Western
You got
medicine
fucking
keeping
BNP
you
cunts.
Look at you.
You fucking BNP
No one is BNP. I hate BNP. I hate you.
England, you fucking fuck.
Yeah. What's in there, chicken?
Lebanese.
It's not chicken.
Yeah, you're my forefathers. Where's our reparations, you cunt? Where's the fucking reparations? See that, jealous cunt? We want reparations. We want reparations.
Go on it. Go on it.
Go on it. We've already fucking ended you. Where did you close the phone? I didn't see any cotton.
There's your reparations. There's your
Look at his
reparations.
fucking clothes. Do you see any cotton clothes?
There's your reparations right there.
Where did the cotton come from? Take off your fucking underpants, man.
What, steady?
Take off your fucking underpants, you can't.
You would be crawling in the street.
Where is cotton?
You'd be crawling in the street, love. You'd be crawling in the street. There's your reparations. You're riding around in it.
Give us our fucking clothes, you fucking cave, fucking cave.
Look at you.
You fucking cave animal.
At least we choose a cave, not the
Animal,
trees.
you
And not the
fucking
trees.
cave animal.
Look at you.
You were fucking in the caves. You didn't know what fucking what. You were animals clubbing each other to
Oh
death.
my God, you people, man.
Yeah,
You
I see,
people,
I
listen
get
to
it, but
yourself.
You're
Look at
fucking
your
violent
riding
cunts
around
because you grew up in the
Look
cold.
at your riding
That's why
around
you're
in.
so violent.
Plastic, electricity, everything you're riding around in, love.
It's
White
mine.
people.
Not white people.
We invented
You
it.
take
You're
off your
riding around
clothes.
in it, love. Go
That's
fuck yourself,
cotton.
love.
Where does the cotton grow? Who was in the cotton field?
Listen, man,
My
she's riding around in
ancestors.
Western society right now. Yeah, she's
Look
criticising
at your
it.
fucking jeans. Who made them, you cunt?
She ain't worked nothing. She ain't never worked
How do
a day
you
in her
fucking
life.
know what I've done? You fucking
You ain't worked nothing.
Tommy
You were
Robinson.
too busy. You were too busy in McDonald's. You're too busy in
Fucking
McDonald's,
Tommy
love.
Robinson.
Too busy in McDonald's. Too busy in McDonald's.
I told you, I don't eat shit like you fucking white crackers. You fucking crackers. I eat yam and fucking banana, that's right. And I'm coming for you, planet. I'm coming for you.
Okay, fine.
I'm coming for you. You fucking evil cunt. Look at you. You don't even have to brush your fucking teeth.
Well, learn to go on a diet, love. Learn to go on a fucking diet.
And look at your teeth. Who looks better? How old are you? I'm 53.
Look at your waist.
How old are you, fucking
55.
cunt?
Is that okay? Is that okay, love?
Look at you.
Is that okay with your
Give me
fitness?
back my tobacco.
Look
You
at
look
me.
too fucking old
Look at me
anyway.
standing here right now. Look
Give
at
me
you
back
sitting
my
there in
fucking
your
tobacco,
fat
you
ass
can.
chair, love.
Give me back my fucking tobacco.
After you get past Burger King, you can have the
can
tobacco.
have the
Go on,
King.
get past your burger.
fucking
You can have
cow.
this right now. Go
Look
on,
at
love.
you,
Go on,
look
go
at
on.
you.
After you get
Tobacco.
past your burger, you can't see
Tobacco.
past your burger, can you?
Tobacco.
You
You're
can't see
so
past
dumb,
your
aren't you?
burger. You can't see
so
past
dumb.
your burger, love.
You're so
You
dumb.
can't see past your ribs and your mac and cheese. Yeah, go on. Yeah,
Give me, look at you, another old. How old are you? You're supposed to be 30, aren't you? How How old are you cunt? How old are you? You fucking NF. You fucking National Front. You fucking cunt. Yeah? Stephen Lawrence, yeah? You fucking cunt. Stephen Lawrence, you fucking cunt. Stephen Lawrence. R.I.P. Stephen Lawrence. You fucking evil bastard.
Stephen Lawrence.
R.I.P. Look at this fucking Stephen Lawrence. Hear that cunt. R.I.P. Stephen Lawrence. Hear that? R.I.P. Stephen Lawrence.
Don't go drug dealing in an area.
R.I.P. You're going to buy the drugs, aren't you? Fucking
Don't go drug dealing in an area then.
Look at
Don't go bringing your drugs into areas then.
Heroin.
Oh, look at you, look at you. I think you've been on the crack yourself. Look at you, look at you.
I'm from Eltham, and Stephen Lawrence is a drug dealing little cunt.
You fucking white people sticking your fucking crackers as well, don't you?
Stephen Lawrence was a drug dealing little nonce.
Oh, please, don't even look at you.
I can smell that shit from here, man. You know what I mean?
Listen, you
I can smell that shit
talk
from
about
here,
what you
man.
can.
You'll
never be able to have in your fucking dreams.
You're fanning
You
your
came
arse
to Africa and raped us, you fucking cunt.
No, we come there and fed you. That's what we done. We come to show you how
Where
to
does the
use
food
your
come
fucking
from? How much of the food is imported into this country?
What about Rook's Drift for the Zulus?
In Africa. We feed you fucking cunt.
You feed us when? When what? When you're robbing our shops? When you're stabbing us on the streets or stabbing each other? When are you feeding us?
You fucking
What? How many stabbings today at Notting Hill? How many stabbings today at Notting Hill? How many stabbings today at Notting Hill? How many stabbings and sexual assaults at Notting Hill today? Tell me, come on.
It's most white people fucking stabbing each other.
You're fucking smoking that crap too much, lovely.
Yes, okay, great twins. Yeah, and what's he running big to the train up and that made a film about him with big fucking teeth. And when he ran out of money in Brazil and he's old, he came in for the NHS and he got NHS treatment and we don't even fucking get it. And
MZ Angel.
Look, this is what your NHS
I hear what you're saying, but that's how it is these days.
Your own people.
Your NHS killer.
This is what your NHS
when
pays for.
During COVID, we weren't entitled to go to the fucking hospital. You were, you cunts. We have to stay at home.
This guy. Listen, geezer. Calm down with your fucking attitude, geezer. Calm down.
What I think race institutions.
She's talking about big up Stephen Lawrence. I'm actually from the area Eltham where Stephen Lawrence got knifed, and everybody knew him and knew the eight courts that he was a little drug dealing scum cunt. He tried to nonce one of the eight court sisters. That's why he ended up getting done.
Do I speak in
In your chair. In your food and shut
Go show your face
in your food and shut up. In your food and shut up. In your food and shut up.
Show his teeth.
Show her waist. Show her waist. Show her shitty ass because she can't even wipe.
Listen, my ass, your mouth is shitty because you lick
Look at
fucking
you,
shit.
look at you. You can't even do your laces up now. Look at you. You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
You're a fucking pussy sucker and you lick ass and shit.
Any pussy and go anywhere near you.
Oh, go away, you're disgusting. I don't even want your fucking crush or your fucking STD, man. Go away.
Human being.
So anyway,
I don't even think you're human.
he's very glad to eat shit, lick out shit, and lick
I don't
out
even think you're human.
and lick out
Honestly.
pussy or look at his
You
mouth.
belong back
That's
in
why
the
his
fucking
teeth are so rotten. Another first thing I would do, stop suck pussy and stop suck battleborn because this is what your teeth will look like. Please, I beg you, in the name of Islam, stop that nastiness. Stop following the white man and the dirty nastiness. So anyway, sorry, say that again. Well, the BNP like these cunts, Tommy Robinson.
BNP.
That's a fucking big problem right now.
BNP, come on, is that the best you can do with BNP?
They don't play, look at BNP and EDL. Fuck you. So anyway.
Fuck you. Go, there's a tree right there. Go to the left. What's this about?
I believe that systemic racism is collective. And I believe that's what makes it so successful. You know, and it's not just one or two rotten teeth or rotten apples. It's a collective thing. And basically, I believe in the institutions, the police, the mainstream media is a big player. They push out these racist narratives all the time, and they use derivatives from the mainstream social media and push the racist narrative yet again and again and again.
Yeah, afternoon people, those that are joining us this afternoon. We're live at Speaker's Corner, London. We was meant to be here to do our thing on behalf of Concerned Parents UK, but instead we've all got split up and got involved in a melee of debates with various religions and beliefs and whatever. So it's a little bit crazy, but if you wish, please like, share. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. All welcome.
We've destroyed the country. All Syrians are welcome here now. Libya, what have we done to Libya? One of the beacons of development in Africa. We've gone in there and ruined that country. I welcome all Libyans. Afghanistan, we've destroyed that country, man. You know that. I welcome all Afghanistan because I'm British and I know, along with me, even though I have brown skin, I have white Caucasian people that will agree with me because they have a heart.
Now you just said the immigration process is inherently racist. If that, so who handles the immigration process?
Foreign Office.
The Foreign Office, the Home Office,
yes.
They all handle it. Yes. So if they are so inherently racist, how come they are allowing hundreds of thousands per year?
It's a facade, brother. It's a facade. Let's look at it this way. When you're in the international platform, you need to have a face. You need to have a face that you can go out there.
700 came over last week. That's not a facade.
You know, when a banker, you know, sometimes when a banker wears a nice suit and loves us all, we have nothing to say. Do you know why? Because they got Christian suits and they look alright. When we have a maybe, I don't know, a villager in teared up farm. Yeah, when they want to do something corrupt, it doesn't stand as well because they stand out. They stand out as a person in rags. So it's a facade. So when the British government sometimes puts out these policies, they want to stand in the international platform to show.
In fact, if you go to Dover, you can see boats filled with 100 fighting age men from countries like Albania, who's not even at war, so they're not even refugees, right? Coming into this country, they are then given an aspirin card with money per week, a 5-star hotel.
No. This is a narrative that you're reading from the Mail and the Sun. No. You do not. No.
In these hotels who are here illegally,
and they're staying in 5-star hotels.
They are staying in 5-star hotels.
What's Premier Inn?
The Hilton.
What's Premier Inn? 5-star hotel? Have you ever stayed in Premier Inn?
The Hilton in Cardiff. There's a hotel in Torquay.
Wow.
They have this. What was the hotel we went to the other day?
The Comfort Inn at Victoria.
We went. Check out.
You killed my mother, father, brother, and you put me there
because they stole their rights.
No. Check out the Vatican Thistle. The Vatican Thistle is a hotel I went to yesterday, and they have a hot tub.
Don't be pointing at me. You're chatting shit, bruv. You're chatting shit. You're just denying it. You're denying reality. You're denying reality. You're denying facts. You're denying reality. Shut up.
My mother. I'm not saying.
I was never a slave owner.
I'm just giving you an example of the country.
So my ancestors
brother, come on, I'm having a chat with this guy. You know what? Absolute pleasure. You know what? Keep an open mind, brother, because at the end of the day, we're human. Keep an open mind and always feel with the heart, yeah? You know that, feel with the heart, but think with the mind.
James, we're going.
Alright everyone, I'm going to cut the stream now because everyone's deciding to depart because what we've decided to do today hasn't really gone to plan. So hope you enjoyed the footage and whatever, because like I say, Speaker's Corner is not really my thing. But yeah, catch up with us soon. Thank you for viewing everybody, thank you for being part of it, thanks for the support. As I said, like, share. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.